Hey guys, welcome back. Old Larry here, back with another video. Uh, One of the last couple of videos I've done, which I was very impressed with. The views were crazy, especially in the one talking about the Coyotes losing their lease in Glendale, and gained a few subscribers out of that. I was very pleased with that, and I'm hoping that I can continue to do that with videos that I post. Maybe I should start posting some more. I should do some more in-depth news videos, maybe too, to do that along with jersey videos. Now, of course, you might see this is a little. I'm wearing my Minnesota North Star jersey with my Minnesota Wild hat. In my team collection set, I'm up to the Minnesota Wild. That's the reason why I figure I'd throw on the old North Stars here to get started on the Minnesota Wild. And first up is this one. This was the Wild's very first jersey. The first year style. They had this for a good. What did they have this for? Probably about 6 or 7 years, I think. Maybe 8 years, maybe a little longer. But I love this. I think it's a really nice. I when this first came out, I was like, that's pretty cool. And of course, the shoulder logo for the longest time was the main logo for the first little bit, which nobody really understood because it was just that. Come on. All right, make this a little easier. Take it off the hanger, because that's the one thing, with some of these, they kind of bend like that. But that was their logo when they first were unveiled. This was it, and I remember we were all like, really? Are they really gonna go with that as their main logo? I thought, boy, I don't know. Fortunately, they did not go to that. Once they got closer to the time that they were going to start playing, they actually unveiled that logo, which is way better looking. And this has been their logo since day one, and I really like this. It's a really nice logo, and it does incorporate basically, they're called the Minnesota Wild, so it incorporates a lot of the stuff that you'd find out in the wild in Minnesota with the trees. You got the sun there, which could be the sun or the moon, the North Star, the river there. I mean, it's really nice with kind of the red sky to kind of make it look like when the sun's going down, because the sky kind of turns an orangish red when it goes down. And I mean, they incorporated everything into the Minnesota Wild that the wilderness could look like. So that's the first one. Then they decided to come out with, initially as a third jersey, they decided to come out with something like this. Now, the one I do not have, I actually, the original third jersey that I had, I actually sold to a friend of mine back a number of years ago. But when they went and did the change and went to Reebok, I went and I got this, and I got this with, of course, this is when Zach Parise signed to play for the Wild, because his dad played for Minnesota, so he took his dad's number and everything. So I went, and I remember I had gotten this, and I had actually taken this to the team store at the XL Center, and they put this on. And so, I mean, it's still, pretty good shape. I mean, nothing's peeled off or anything. But they kind of did a little something with the logo. They basically made, now this is felt. This is a felt. That's a felt material. You might be able to get a, there you go. That's a nice felt material. But, you know, they made the logo smaller, but they put it, you know, they kind of did, it's kind of similar to what the Chicago Blackhawks had back in the day, or like the St. Louis Blues had on their alternate. You know, where they put the logo in the middle and they put a big circle around it with the name. And I mean, there was talk that this was going to be the main logo. This whole thing with Minnesota, Wild, you know, Minnesota up here, Wild down there. Of course, you got the North Stars on both sides. That was talk that was going to be the main logo. And a lot of people really liked the red. I definitely didn't mind the red. I thought the red actually looked pretty cool. So, you know, they had that for a bit, and this was their home jersey. This started out as an alternate, and this became their home jersey. And then they came out with a new alternate. They came out with this wordmark jersey, where, I mean, it was actually relatively popular. I wasn't that crazy about it when I first saw it, but it grew on me. And I went and I bought this. I mean, it takes all the red out, basically. The only part that's got red here is in the name here, and the two stars on the M. Now, this M here is going to become pretty prominent later on in their, you know, a couple years further into their history. But of course, you know, you had the red tag here with the NHL logo on here. Now this one, I took to the hockey lodge and I had this done up. This of course, you know, that's my family's last name, and the number 46, which I know is Jared Spurgeon's number, but I got this done up after my mom passed away, and she was born in 1946. So I thought, as a way to kind of honor my mom, I had this done up with our last name on the back, the year my mom was born, and being that, you know, she was the one who ran the household, I had the Captain C put on there. So yeah, this was to kind of honor my mom in a way, you know, with her last name and the number, the year she was born on the back. I didn't want to put, because I had asked a couple friends of mine about that, and they thought about, you know, well, you know, how about you put, you know, and couple of them had said, you know, well, you know, you could put, you know, the year she passed away, and I thought, nah. And then another friend of mine was like, no, why don't you put the year she was born on there? And I thought, that's even better. So this was to honor my mom, who was born in 1946, and who passed away. Now it'll be 7 years. In another couple of weeks, it'll be 7 years. So yeah, this was the jersey I had made up to honor her. And of course, you know, she, single mom who raised two rambunctious boys. So I thought the Captain C was very fitting, because she was the captain of that ship. Now we get into, this was their Stadium Series jersey that they wore. This basically was a foreshadowing of what their current team jersey was going to look like. And of course, the neckline here was kind of a foreshadowing of what the Adidas neckline was going to look like. They were giving us hints the last few years of Adidas. And the interesting thing on here too was they added, I mean, you have the Stadium Series patch here, which was pretty cool. I really like that. And of course that was 2016. But what I liked about this was how they put the State of Hockey logo on the other shoulder. I thought that was a really nice touch. And honestly, I would not have minded if, when they redid the jerseys, if that wouldn't have been on at least one of the shoulders. I think that would have looked really nice. But again, it's a nice little touch for their Stadium Series jersey. And again, it was a foreshadowing of what their current jersey, of what the jersey that they were going to go to. You got the cream stripe down here. Of course, you got the all green there. Of course, the logo. Now, obviously enough, the logos now for the Wild, this is smaller than their first year. Because, like, if we look at their first year in comparison, you can tell the logo size is way different. It's way bigger here on the old CCM than it is here on the Reebok. But it's really nice, really nice looking jersey. I really liked it. I did not get this numbered up because the numbers on the sleeves literally went from like here all the way up here. I mean, it basically covered the entire top part of the sleeve. That I wasn't that crazy about, but when I did see this, and I was like, I have to have that. I've got to get that as part of my collection. So I was very glad that I was able to get this, and like I said, this was a foreshadowing to what they were going to go to. And here is their current one. As you can see, from the Stadium Series jersey was basically a foreshadowing of what they were going to go to. They did add a little bit. I mean, they shrunk up the stripes here. They kept the cream stripe here, and they shrunk up the red, and they added the other cream stripe here. But the big thing they added was, of course, the big cream stripe in the middle. I like this jersey. I really do. In comparison to even their first jersey, I think this one even beats the first one. I really like this. Of course, you got the stripe on the bottom, the cream stripe on the bottom, and like I said, the Stadium Series kind of gave a clue of what the Adidas necklines were going to look like. And as I showed on the alternate jersey, their old alternate jersey, the green one, what the M was going to look like, and that was going to be a big part of what their current jersey looks like, because that is the shoulder logo on both the homes, on both sides of the home jersey, is that M, which is a really nice M. I really like the way that looks, and it stands out very nicely. It's a very nice look. Now, obviously, they get the Winter Classic this year. They were supposed to have it last year, but with everything that went on in the world, they had to move the Winter Classic up. Now, the reverse retro I do not have, but and we've all seen what the reverse retro looked like, which looked phenomenal on the ice. I've heard rumors. Now, I don't know if it's going to actually happen, that the reverse retro is basically going to be like North Star colors. Only I don't know if it'll add any black to it. But basically, the reverse retro, what they plan on doing with that is they're gonna make there's talk they'll make a green version of the reverse retro. If that happens, with of course the North Star colored Wild logo, that logo only in the North Star colors with the red, the green, the white, and the yellow. They make a green version of that reverse retro. I will be buying that immediately. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I will have to get that because that will look so sweet. But yeah, that is my And again, let me do a little comparison here. Their current one to their first year. Now, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, especially of all of them. Which ones do you like the best? Do you like the first? Do you like the style from the first year? Do you like the green alternate, the red home one? The Stadium Series one, or this one? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. And again, I'm glad for my subscribers that are here. I hope you keep coming back. And for anybody new, if there's anyone new that just happened to come across one of my videos, I would love it if you hit like, hit the subscribe button. That'd be awesome. You could hit the little bell to notify whenever new videos come up. And yeah, so I mean, if there's anyone new that's out there, whether you do a Google search, YouTube search, whatever, or if this just comes up in someone's suggested videos or whatever, if you see one of my videos and you seem to get into more of them, I'd certainly love it if you like the channel. Hit like, hit subscribe. I'd love to have you guys be a part of it. And again, let me know your guys' thoughts on which one of those jerseys do you think looks best. Do you like the first year one? Do you like the current one? Or do you like the ones in between? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. And again, anyone new, hit like and subscribe. I'd love to have you here. I will see you guys later.